What's up? I'm Tirza, and today we're going to be talking about some events and milestones in the LGBTQ community. In 1924, Henry Gerber founded the Society for Human Rights. This was the first documented gay rights organization. In 1950, the first sustained gay rights group was called the Mattachine Society, formed by Henry Hay. This society focused on social acceptance and support from others in the LGBTQ community. In April of 1952, the American Psychiatric Association's diagnostic manual listed homosexuality as a sociopathic personality disturbance. On April 27, 1953, there was an executive ban on homosexuals in the workplace, made by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. He says that they were a security risk. In September of 1955, the Daughters of Bilitis were formed. This was the first non-lesbian rights organization. They hosted social functions privately, in fear of police raids, threats of violence, and discrimination in bars and clubs. In July of 1961, Illinois became the first state to decriminalize homosexuality. This aired on a local news station in California. On September 11, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn in New York. Because of the protests and demonstrations, it later became known as the impetus for the gay civil rights movement in the U.S. Later, in 1969, the Los Angeles Advocate was founded. It is considered the oldest LGBT publication that began as a newsletter published by the group Personal Rights in Defense and Education. On June 28, 1970, people marched through the streets of New York to remember the one-year anniversary of the Stonewall riots. It was considered the first gay pride parade. On January 1, 1973, Maryland became the first state to ban same-sex marriage. On March 26, 1973, the parents and friends of gays met for the first time and then went national, becoming Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays in 1982. In 1974, Kathy Kozachenko became the first openly LGBTQ American elected to any sort of public office, winning a seat in the Michigan City Council. In March of 1975, Sergeant Leonard P. Matlovich came out about his sexual orientation to his commanding officer and was forcibly discharged from the Air Force 6 months later. Leonard is a Vietnam War vet and was awarded both the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star. In 1976, Renee Richards, an ophthalmologist and pro tennis player, underwent gender reassignment surgery and later was banned from playing because of the woman-born woman rule. She later challenged the rule and won in court. She then competed in the U.S. Open in 1977 but lost to Virginia Wade. On January 9, 1978, Harvey Milk was inaugurated as San Francisco City Supervisor and was the first openly gay man to be elected into political office in California. He was later killed along with Mayor George Moscone. They were both murdered by Dan White. Later, in 1978, Gilbert Baker developed a symbol for pride and hope. He stitched together the first rainbow pride flag. On October 14, 1979, the first National March on Washington for lesbian and gay rights took place. It is estimated that 75,000 to 125,000 people came out and marched for LGBTQ+ rights. In April of 1997, Ellen DeGeneres came out on TV and in Times Magazine saying, "Yep, I'm gay." On April 1st, 1998, Martin Luther King Jr.'s widow, Coretta Scott King, asked the civil rights community to help her in the effort to extinguish homophobia. On May 17, 2004, the first legal same-sex marriage in the U.S. took place in Massachusetts. On September 6, 2005, California became the first legislator to pass the bill allowing same-sex marriage, but this bill was later vetoed by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. On November 4, 2008, voters in California approved Prop 8, which made same-sex marriage illegal. On August 12, 2009, Harvey Milk was posthumously awarded the Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama. On August 4, 2010, Prop 8 was found unconstitutional and repealed by a federal judge. but gay marriage is still legal in California today. On September 20th, 2011, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell motto was repealed, which ended the ban on gay men and lesbian women serving in the military. In 2012, the Democratic Party became the very first major U.S. political party to publicly support same-sex marriage on a national level at the Democratic National Convention. On June 9, 2015, Ash Carter, the Secretary of Defense, announced that the military's equal opportunity policy has been adjusted to include lesbian and gay soldiers. On June 12, 2016, 49 people were killed in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub. 53 were wounded, and many were left scarred for life. In the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, it was estimated that 41 athletes were out as lesbian, gay, or bisexual. That's 18 more than the 2012 London Olympics. On July 26, 2017, Donald Trump tweeted, "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity of the U.S. military." This year, the Supreme Court allowed Trump's ban on transgendered individuals in the military. This ban blocks those individuals who have been diagnosed with gender dysphoria, and they are only allowed to serve with the name, pronouns, and sex they were assigned at birth. And got 2 minutes to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new.